Good morning, everybody. I'm Adriana Mitchell. I'm an immigration attorney. And today, USCIS announced that the immigration fees, the fees that they request for all the applications and petitions filed with the immigration, will increase starting October 2nd, 2020. We are expecting this increase in the fees for a while now, from the beginning of the year, when they first announced their intention to increase the fees. But this did not become a reality until now, when finally they made the changes public and they said, okay, these are going to be the new prices that immigrants and their relatives must pay if they want to obtain an immigration benefit. So there are some very, very significant changes. Probably the most significant one is for people who want to apply for citizenship, for naturalization, because like we said before, the increase is going to be significant. It's an 81% increase in fee. So somebody who wants to apply for citizenship now has to pay $640. And this will go up starting October 2nd to $1,160, which is $520 more than what one has to pay right now. So this is pretty big. If you don't want to pay $1,160 for your citizenship, try to file now, as soon as possible. Start preparing today, because it takes a while until you are able to gather all the documents and all the information you need. And if you apply before October 2nd, if you submit your papers, you're still going to be good to go. You don't have to pay $1,160. You still have to pay $640. Okay, so do it. Do it for yourself. Do it if you have relatives who qualify. If you have friends who qualify, tell them file now, because it's going to cost you more later. That's one of the most significant changes. Another change that I think it's important for a lot of immigrants is the fact that the fee for the work permit is going to increase. A lot of immigrants need the work permit, the employment authorization document, the EAD, whatever you call it, to work, to obtain their driver license, all these things. So they have to get it, and right now they have to pay $410 for it. Starting October 2nd, they will need to pay $550, which is $140 more than they pay now. The only exception is for people who apply under DACA. For people who apply under DACA, the price will stay the same. So it's not going to go up to $550. It's going to stay $410. So if you think you can renew your work permit right now, you probably know that you can renew your work permit a few months in advance. Now is the time to do it. You're just going to save $140, and you can do something else with this money, I suppose. Another increase that is significant is the increase for what is called a provisional waiver, Form I-601A. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with this form. It's a waiver that somebody who has to go outside the country must obtain in certain circumstances before leaving the country. So if somebody has a spouse, he obtained a 9130 here, but when he first came here, he wasn't admitted or inspected at the border, is not able to obtain the green card here, has to go back to the consulate, and if the person accumulated unlawful presence, they have to obtain this waiver before leaving the United States. I don't know if it makes any sense what I'm saying now. I talked about that in other videos. I can talk a little bit more. I'm pretty sure people who need this provisional waiver know what I'm talking about, though. So if you need a 601A provisional unlawful presence waiver, and you do not submit this waiver before October 2nd, you'll pay $960 instead of $630. So you will pay $330 more, which is like 52% more than what you will pay today. So if you talk to a lawyer or with somebody who told you that you must get this waiver, do whatever it takes, obtain all the documents, make sure you're going to be able to submit it before this date. I have clients who are in the process of obtaining the documents. It's a pretty involved process. It's a lot of work, a lot of documents that the person who's asking for this waiver has to gather. So do what it takes, because I think it's worth it. $330 is a lot of money for a lot of people, and you don't want to just waste this money. You want to pay $630, I'm pretty sure, instead of paying $960. So talk to a lawyer, talk to whoever is preparing your 601A. See if you can send it before October 2nd in order to avoid this increase in fees. Another increase that I think will be important for a lot of people is the one for the Form I-751, which is petition to remove conditional residence. What is that? Is that petition that an immigrant a green card holder must submit 2 years after he or she obtained conditional green card. So if you got married, you got that 2-year green card, then you want to request your 10-year green card, your final, your green card, you must file this form. You submit it to immigration. Now, when you submit the form, you pay $595. I'm correct. I'm right. $595. Starting October 2nd, you'll pay $760, $165 more. So this is approximately 28% more. Very important. The people who apply for a green card, okay, now they pay $1,140. That's going to be reduced to $1,130. So it's going to be like $10 less. Woohoo! No, actually it's not. Because now when you submit your application for your green card, you also submit the application for your work permit. You might also submit your application for a travel document if you want to travel while your green card application is pending. And now they don't charge you, but they will. So it's going to be more expensive. It looks like it's a little bit cheaper, like $10 cheaper, but it's not. It's going to actually go up significantly. You're going to need to pay all these additional fees. Like I said, they ask for more money than they're asking now. So it's going to be a big increase. There is also a smaller increase when it comes to Form I-130, petition for alien relative. This is a petition that the citizen or the resident must submit on behalf of the foreign national of the spouse or father or mother or child at the beginning of the process. So this is a form through which they ask that person to come. So for the I-130, for this petition for alien relative, the price now is $535. It's gonna go up to $560. So it's like $25 more. But this will add up, because when you submit this form, you also submit the spouse's application for the green card, which, like I said, it's $1,140 now. It's going to be $1,130 plus the other fees for the work authorization, and so it's going to add up. I have to mention that all the prices that I give you are for paper filing. there are like small reductions in prices, nothing significant, like, you know, $20, $15 here and there for people who file online. But not all the forms can be submitted online. So you have to keep this in mind. Of course, you know, you can ask your attorney or whoever prepare you, you know, or you can look it up online if you do it yourself or whatever. But the differences are not huge, are not significant, and not all the forms can be submitted online. And that's why I give you the paper filing fees. Personally, I prefer to submit papers because sometimes I had some issues with the online filings. I'm not going to go into details. Let's hope everything is going to, you know, become better with time, because I really like to do everything online. But by now, I just prefer paper. It's just my personal preference for most of the things that I submit. So these are some of the changes. You know, it's going to be too long for me to give you prices for everything, but I'll post it on my page. I'll post the list, and I will also post a link to the new regulations, so you can see it for yourself if you're interested. But I have to tell you that it's like something, it's like a monster regulation, like all of them are actually, but it's over 500 pages. So, but you can look at the table where they have the prices and see. And what I will ask you to do, though, is not just to look, like I've already said. Take action. Do something. If you qualify for something, do it. If you're eligible for citizenship, file now. Do it. It's very important. And I think it's a great benefit to become a citizen and to have your citizenship and your, I don't know how to say it, but it's like a guarantee that it's not going to be, nobody's going to come and try to remove you and send you back to your country of origin. If you have loved ones who qualify for a green card, you can help them obtain a green card. Do it. It's a great thing. It's the right thing to do to protect them and to give them legal status and the chance to work and live here. And you can do it now, and it's going to be a little bit cheaper. It's going to save you and your family some money. And I think it's important to act now. Do not expect until October 1st to contact somebody, to contact a lawyer. Do it now. Do it as soon as possible. It takes a while. All these processes are getting more and more involved now. Immigration asks for more and more papers, for more and more documents, for more and more information, personal information. So you do not want to wait, because nobody's going to be able to finish the process last minute. Okay, it's going to be impossible to help everybody. So try to do it. Try to be a little bit proactive and try to do what is right, and try to save yourself some money by sending whatever applications or petitions as soon as possible before the October 2nd deadline. Thank you for watching. Yeah, as always, it's a pleasure being here and communicating with you all. So I promise I'll be back again, probably at the beginning of next week. I plan to talk a little bit about DACA, and probably, if I'll have enough information, I will talk a little bit about the public charge rule that affects the people who apply for green cards. There are some changes, but I'm still waiting to see how this is going practically, like what the practical impact of this is going to be on immigrants. So that's why I didn't talk about that. And I think I have, I skipped one video. I promised that I will talk about citizenship, and I didn't do it last week. So there are a lot to talk about. Just, you know, come back, talk to me, ask me questions. I will be happy to talk to you and to help if I can. Okay, have a great day, have a great weekend, and see you next week.